we have an enterprising young lady, Alison Lobo, who has kind of revolutionized our typical go-on bread, in the sense that I always thought this is going to die. Our breads are going to die. The pav, the thing that we like to have every morning. But the good news is that this young lady has decided to teach people how to make this bread. And you will now hear her telling us how she started all this bread making business in our own little Goa in a place called Donapal. Alison, thank you very much for coming this morning and giving us your time. I know you're so busy. We saw you that day live in action with all those students around you, all those people making those various fantastic breads. Yeah. And it was nice to see it. And here you are now right in our studios in person, so that is fantastic. Okay, tell us, how did this revival begin? What made you start this?
Well, it first started with my dad. When we were small, he used to make bread for us. And being the scientist that he is, he got this concoction of how to put a loaf of bread on the table. And he was always wanting to teach me, Alison, I'll teach you. But I guess the time has to be right to learn everything. And after my twins were born, I came back home, and our poor day used to come around 8 o'clock every day. And so 8 o'clock, we used to get our bread. Suddenly, he stopped coming. And middle of the night, we had to run. We stay in Donapala, so we had to go to Karanzale to get our bread every time. And it was kind of, we were inconvenienced. Yeah. And so we started a new thing. We would get it in bulk and put it in the freezer. And then it just dawned on me. Dad has been trying to teach me for so long. Might as well give it a shot. So initially I tried it. The family ate a lot of rocks, and then it got softer over a period of time. And then it was good.
I thought your dad was a captain on the ship.
Yes, a captain, a scientist, an engineer. Right. He's just about everything in one package. Okay. And a poder.
And a poder, that's right, fantastic. I don't know what they call the sheep podes.
The poderin.
Anyway. Did you find a lot of challenges while you were doing all this?
A lot.
Can you tell us some, so that people who want to learn from you and start making bread, A, at a personal level, B, a bit more commercial then, so that all of us can enjoy this bread?
Yes.
So what were the challenges you faced?
Initially, I had a problem working with the yeast, because yeast is something you really need to understand how it works, because if you put too much, it's going to get, the bread is going to be too smelly. If you put little, then it's not going to rise. Then I had a lot of weather conditions as well. Depending on the weather, your bread changes. So it's not like a fixed recipe you use every single time. So I managed to find a balance where, and I've done all the mistakes over the 2 years of experimentation, trial and error. So I know the students are not going to fail. After they do it the first time, they understand what they're doing, and it's done. Because I've made all the mistakes that that actually bread has, while making bread. I never knew that. I used to think I used to look at the coil until the coil fluctuates, and then it's ready. But here exactly so you're not wasting out on any electricity. You can just keep this here and you're good to go. Alright? So this is very important. Also, when the lights go off, how do you know how much heat is lost? The thermometer will tell you exactly. So you know how much time, when the lights come on, you need to extend your baking time. Alright? That is also. Also now, whether it's old, whether it's new, gas ovens, how do you know that your oven has actually reached the temperature? Some of the ovens don't actually reach the temperature until 30 minutes, some only 5 minutes. So this one will actually, so you set your temperature here, but look at your thermometer. Always keep your thermometer as your gauge. So you know the precision of making bread it will be. Because pois, you need maximum heat. Maximum heat for the poi. So how do you know it's already reached the maximum? By setting here. Some ovens have got that temperature thing, okay, which tells you, okay, it has reached but most of the OTGs don't have that. They just have a knob. And here we always looking at the coil to see when it starts flickering. That we know it's, here you will know for sure. Alright?
So actually, your base was your dad training you, and after that you took off.
Yes, so out of that basic recipe, I twisted, once it got soft and fluffy and all, then I twisted it into pois, and then to undes and pav and all, and pauzinhos, which is the different, it's not water, but it's milk, and it's like a protein-enriched bread. And yeah, so from that basic recipe, which was my foundation, I branched out and experimented with all the different
And so
kinds.
today you run classes to teach people how to make bread.
Yes.
So
yes.
what are the types of bread you teach them?
So there is a poi, the regular poi with yeast.
I love that poi. Yeah,
Yes, and it's not like the regular poi now that you're getting outside, which is white.
Exactly,
But this one,
right.
I put ragi inside, which is good for diabetics. I put wheat bran inside as well, so you get that nice brown color. And outside is full of the good stuff as well, which is the wheat bran. So it's like a par pack poi, and not just something where you open and it's white inside.
All right,
So you know, so
okay.
every family can make it, you know, on their own, and so that is one. I do it with the yeast and with toddy as well, because in the traditional days, in the olden days, they used to do it traditionally with
That's
toddy.
right.
Yeast wasn't existent that time. So I do it with toddy, but toddy does take a longer time for the bread to rise and for the bread to bake and everything. But the outcome, the end product, it beats any yeast. It beats. It's just so beautiful and so light and fluffy. So I tell the students, if you can get your hand on toddy, do it the old way.
But that's the whole problem. How you get your hand on toddy these days?
You go to the market early in the morning, you go to, in the south, you know, where you have a lot of coconut trees, you have these toddy tappers.
Okay.
So in a way, I'm also giving employment to the toddy and giving them encouragement, because all of my students, they've reached like around 450 families now. Everyone is searching for toddy. So I guess that gives encouragement to the toddy tappers. Okay, let's go up, get some toddy and get it. So it's...
So you make the poi. What else do you make?
Poi, undes.
Undes.
Undes is the one with the currant
that's
top.
right.
Then the katriche, or they call it koncheche, the one which looks like, which has the corners.
Yeah, that's right.
That one. Then the kakorn, which is the bangle bread.
Yeah, that's right.
That. And then the pao, some call it ladi pao. It comes in a square, all the
That's right,
paos
yeah.
together. Then pauzinhos, which are the small buns you get at weddings, which has the stuffings inside.
yeah.
Then sweet buns. And poderanzo bowl, you do a little. The basic thing is that once you know your basic, you can do any bread possible. You know, it's your basics have to be
So
strong.
it's almost as many as 8-10 versions of
yeah,
bread.
around eight,
Wow,
8 to 10. Yes,
that's incredible,
Yes.
absolutely incredible. Now, how often do you run these classes then?
3 times a month.
3 times a
3
month.
times.
Is
I
there
mean, once a week,
Okay.
usually on a Thursday or a Saturday.
Okay.
And because those days work best and for everybody.
And it's an incredible experience, I can tell you, because we've seen it in operation and it is so beautiful. And to taste that bread, wow, you'll want some more. There's 8 varieties of bread, all famous in Goa. Some of them are dying actually in the fact that you don't get them anymore. Anyway, let's go on. How long does it take to make bread, this variety? Say, for example, that poisinho, whatever you call it.
The pauzinhos.
Yeah, pausinho, sorry, pausinho.
Maximum it takes around 3 hours.
That's it?
But yeah, it's only 3 hours, but in the 3 hours, it hardly takes any time. Mixing is only 10 minutes, then rising is 1 hour where you don't have to do anything. Then you form it, another rising for another hour where again you don't have to do anything. So it's as simple as that. So the actual time where you're working may be just about 30 to 45 minutes.
Hey, not that fast.
I'm telling
I've
you.
seen a lot of your equipment there.
Yes.
You know, all those ovens and what have you.
Yes.
One has to invest in all that, isn't it?
Not really. You don't need these hi-fi ovens. You can do it in a regular OTG. Because I teach the students how to do it in a small Bajaj one or in a little bigger Borosil, an electric oven.
Okay.
So I teach them on different kinds of ovens. So, you know, it's available to the local household. You don't need to have a wood-fired oven and all that hullabaloo. You really don't need all that.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
You can do it in your own home.
And what about the stuff to make the bread? I mean, do you get it easily in Goa?
Everything is locally available.
It's available.
Everything.
No problem.
No.
Okay.
And it's so cost effective as well.
Why is
Sir,
that?
Because in 1 kilo, how much is a kilo of flour? It's like 30 rupees. So in 30 rupees, you can get around 35 to 40 pois.
In 30 rupees you can make 30 to 40 pois?
In 1 kilo of flour, you can make 35 to 40 pois. And what I teach the students as well, you don't need to make bread on a daily basis. You can make it in bulk, keep it in the freezer, and whenever you need, you just take one frozen, one out, and you have a fresh poi every single time that's made with love.
Wow, you heard that one? It's incredible actually,
So-
because if in 30 rupees you can make as many as 35 to 40 pois, you are settled for a whole week. And if you're a small family of say 3, perfect for a week, because and at that price and at that taste, I think it's well worth the gamble of learning how to do this, because here is something that all of us should learn, because A, you don't get the same quality with the normal poder, and you don't get the same type of ingredients that he makes it with, because he takes all sorts of shortcuts and doesn't make it just the way you like to taste it. So Alison, thank you for that. That's an excellent tip. So now we could show our viewers some of your finished products.
Yes.
Is that all right? Because we
Yes.
have filmed it, and we would like to show them, because I think when they see it,
You
they know
need to
that there
see
is-
to believe.
To believe, that's
To
right.
believe,
because it is something
exactly.
really unique.
Because I say it's not just a class, it's
and
something.
I personally have tasted not all of the breads, of course, but some of them, and I thought they were absolutely fabulous. Okay, one personal question for you.
Yes.
I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
You mentioned at the beginning of this interview that you had twins.
Yes.
How do you manage?
I always tell people I run a B&B at home.
Ah.
B&B means bread on one side, babies on the other. So that's my B&B. So I try to instill in them the idea of teamwork. So whenever I'm doing stuff, I'll make sure they have a tray, they have some dough. So when I'm making it, I try to get them involved in everything, so they know, okay, Mama's busy. We need to get busy too. And so I try to balance life and the kids. And
Now, another question which you may or may not like to answer, but
Yes.
how come you have not gone commercial?
No, it started off as a business for me.
Okay.
And then later on, it stopped being, but it's more of a mission now. So I don't believe in going like commercial and everything. Because what I do now, I teach the students for them to go commercial, because most of the students I get are housewives, and they're always looking for something to do. So, and everybody wants pauzinhos. You have parties, you have ladais, everyone goes for orders for pauzinhos, and there are only 2 or 3 people that make it. But now almost the whole of Goa does. I mean, the scene has changed.
That's incredible, really.
So whenever they have a party, and these people, the students who make it for like a party, everyone, do you take orders? Do you take orders? And I say, guys, go, say yes, because it's so easy. So, so every housewife has their own little business. And when they ask me, Alison, do you take orders? I was like, wait. I put it to my WhatsApp group of all my students that I've started. Like, here's the number, guys. Anyone who thinks they are confident enough, take the order, go. So
Wow.
I don't do. I just want to increase the amount of poders, in Goa, because the more practice you get, the better it is.
I think that's very important, because we keep on reading the papers that the unemployment situation has become so bad. So maybe
Nothing like having your own.
Absolutely.
Nothing like having your own in a little way. So
Exactly.
it's good.
Now tell me, okay, let's leave aside bread for just a bit. Okay. What are the things you cook at home or make at home which appeals to the people?
Well, I do chocolates.
Uh-huh.
I do chocolates, and I specialize in chili chocolates, because my mum is a gardener. She's got green fingers, and she has this passion of growing the hottest chilies in the world.
Ooh,
Yeah,
peri
like
peri.
the habaneros and Carolina Reaper and all these.
My goodness.
So she gets seeds from all over, and my brother, he travels, so he makes sure he gets like the spiciest seeds. But nobody can eat them because they're so spicy. So what I do, I mix them with alcohol, and I mix them with the chocolate, and I make chili chocolates. So in these chili chocolates, you're not getting a hint of chili like the other chocolates are, but you're getting the full force of chili. But with the blend of chocolate, so it soothes, it's really nice. This one is spicy. This one is habanero chili brandy.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
this is habanero chili brandy. This one is figs, very spicy. You like spice, no?
I like
Okay. Okay, so this is figs and brandy. This is rum and raisin. Alright, and this is mint and butterscotches with almond and orange and rum caramels, and so this is an assorted. But this one, if you like spice, this is the one. Alright? All made by you. All made by me.
So is that going to be taught as well as part of your...
No, that's just a passion. It's just
It's a passion you must...
a passion and a hobby, and it's something that There's no particular recipe. In the morning,
Yeah,
I
but
get
don't
up
forget,
and
don't forget if your mom can get those seeds,
yeah.
you know, you can get other people to bring seeds and, you know, start making a new profession in chocolate making.
No, I sell chocolates. I don't teach chocolates. So that's
you
my.
sell chocolates?
I sell
All right,
chocolates.
okay.
Yes, I sell chocolates.
So how much does a kilo cost, say, for example?
I sell it in like 200 and 400 grams. So
Okay.
200 would cost 400 rupees, and for 400 grams, it's 800 rupees.
That's
so
quite
it's quite reasonable
Yeah, that's
for
exactly.
it's something because I want people to taste it.
Ah.
Taste it. When they say chili and chocolate, they're not really used to that combination, so they
Yeah.
don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But once they taste it, then they understand.
Is it what they
So-
call dark chocolate?
All in dark chocolate. I do only dark unless the client wants, the customer wants a white or.
Okay.
Because dark is nice and healthy and it's got that deep kind of a flavor which goes well with the chili and the hotness as well.
Wow,
So,
fantastic.
so I do that and I do liqueur chocolate. So I do my own liqueurs at home, like a fig and brandy liqueur. and-
Liqueurs as well.
Yes. So
Well, that happens to be my favorite.
so I transfer that into a chocolate, and so I have liqueur chocolates and habanero chili chocolates, and yeah.
Incredible.
So I believe in a different kind of chocolate, not the regular kind, you know. So that's what sells.
Anything else you are thinking of getting into, like, for example, the specialities of our Goan foods, the varieties of food?
Yes, I'm practicing a lot because I'm
Like what?
still
Like what?
like Apa de Camarão. I
Okay.
want this Portuguese Goan culture to be like really strong,
okay.
that connection. So Apa de Camarão, and then there's Boçarival and all these things which, you know, very few people make. So I'm trying to master it so at least I can teach it.
Sounds very
Teach it.
yummy.
I know it is. It is.
Alison, I must really admire you and congratulate you and wish you well in your
Thank
mission
you.
to get more people trained so that this wonderful bread that we make is really special to go. So thank you very much. Keep reviving, keep doing well, and all the very best.
Thank
you
you
so much for
very
your time.
much. Thank you.
God bless.